charges dropped for the people who dumped a woman's body here. We'll give you the update. The torch body of Mykaella Sharlman, 25 years old, found last year in Antioch, California. Prosecutors dropped charges against two men accused in the mutilation of her body. The background on the cause of death. Medical examiner determined that Sharlman died of fentanyl overdose, noting that her family had attended all of the court dates in her sister's death, including the preliminary hearing where a judge determined if prosecutors have sufficient evidence to make a defendant stand trial. NBC News with the reporting. Nicole Eason said that during court testimony, Ashton, Montalvo, and Deangelo Boone were accused of dumping her sister's body in a dumpster they grabbed from a nearby building after she overdosed at an abandoned apartment in Antioch, city of roughly 114,000. It's northeast San Francisco. The men were captured on security cameras borrowing a dolly from a 7-Eleven, pushing the dumpster 4 blocks to a paved trail where witnesses from a nearby homeless encampment saw them allegedly pour lighter fluid into the dumpster and set Sharlman's body on fire, Eason said. Roughly a week later, after her family reported the 25-year-old is missing, Eason said authorities confirmed her death. Now, after Sharlman's family reported the 25-year-old missing, the victim's mother said authorities confirmed her death. She compared the events to labor pains. I didn't have the joy of getting the baby out, she said. We got death instead. Sharlman's family blasted the DA's decision to drop the charges, calling the move unacceptable, telling NBC News that her family was devastated after learning the detective who helped solve the case was part of the racist text scandal that plagued the department. The scandal came out after my sister's death, Nicole Eason told NBC News. It shouldn't have had any bearing on the evidence. There's more on the text scandal. In April, a Contra Costa County judge released the names of 17 Antioch, California police officers who stand accused of using racial slurs, making racist jokes, sharing racist memes in text threads over a period of 2 years. The list of 17 names also included 5 officers who are already under FBI investigation for alleged crimes. Judge Claire Mayer declared the list of names doesn't deserve protection under the California Evidence Code. This is such a disturbing one, and it feels like this family, their loved one who is gone, doesn't matter and wasn't here. It just didn't happen. And I'm no detective, Rayyvana, but if you, it's so gross. Douse a body with lighter fluid. And we think it was a body, okay? I don't know if this young lady was alive at the time, okay? You destroy evidence that could tell us more potentially here, and that bothers me. But the carelessness and what seems to be, it seems, we don't have every detail, but we have enough. It seems to be that this mother, this family, it doesn't feel like they were included, consulted, or that they mattered.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And just, I mean, I feel so bad for the family, for the mother, and I could never even begin to understand the pain that they're going through. But just want to offer my sympathies. It really seems like this is a case where, the woman who was, I mean, she either passed away and then her body was desecrated, or, potentially she, the autopsy report said that she died of fentanyl. But I mean, how much can you really tell from a body that's been charred? I mean, to speak plainly, it seems like not only is this a black woman, this is a black woman who was, potentially a drug user. And so she's not getting the respect that she deserves. Her family is not getting the respect that she deserves. And we see this a lot in this country, that people who are drug users, particularly people who are drug users and also belong to a minority group, are viewed as having a moral failing, and they deserve what happens to them because of that moral failing. So then anything that happens to them can be excused. Well, if she didn't want this to happen, she shouldn't have been taking drugs. So it seems like they think that the police department or the DA's office thinks they can be dismissive of what happened to her, because in their minds, she's not worth going through this investigation. Her family's not worth going through this investigation. And clearly they believe that they'll get away with dropping it. They'll get away with dropping the case against the people who desecrated her body. And maybe that's because they believe her family's not going to fight for her, or they think they don't have the resources to legally fight for her, which I think is more likely what's going on in their heads. So, I mean, it's horrifying, but I mean, that is how so many police departments, prosecutors' offices, and elected officials really do view drugs in this country and drug addiction.
Sadly, you have framed the Black woman drug overdose victim and the way she is not thought of beautifully. You've outlined every layer of this thing. And I don't mean to undermine the medical examiner's conclusion, but I will say that having been a journalist, a news anchor, a reporter on the street, an investigative journalist, I understand that circle and who's in it. And these agencies work very close together. And I'm not suggesting there's a conspiracy here. I'm just saying that, well, what you said, she's a throwaway. Her family's protestations won't matter to us because it is what it is. And we want this to go away. It's not even worth any more time spent, any more heartache for those who are under scrutiny. It just needs to go away. And that's why I believe it's as if she was not here.
And the fact that several of the key witnesses to the crime were unhoused individuals, I think also plays into the dismissive nature of the police department. These are individuals who police view with very low credibility. They view them, again, it's the same moral failing. It's their fault that they're unhoused. And so they see them as someone who, can't possibly, testify as to what they saw, but they saw what they saw and they know what happened that night. And she deserves a trial, and they deserve to be punished for what they did to her body.